All right, how's it going, everyone? We're trying this again, and YouTube has really been screwing with me this last month of my life. They've disabled my live upstream, and now it seems like they're screwing with my recording ability. I've had a very long week for those of you that have been wondering where I was, probably like maybe 9 of you. Had a really long week and some medical issues that I had to deal with. I passed a kidney stone and didn't even know it. Man, that was a living hell. And if you want to check out what that's like, you can go to my Facebook page where I live uploaded the passing of my kidney stone, my visit to the hospital, and gosh, I have to tell you, that was insane. So earlier today, or I should say right before I started going live, I started doing some maintenance on my printer. So I'm going to bring you guys around and let you look at some live maintenance on the printer. I think a lot of you will have some fun looking at how this operates. And what you can already tell in here is that the white ink, this is what makes direct-to-garment printing so damn tricky. And that is that the white ink in the printer congeals, it hardens, and it turns to like a very hard to deal with block of white ink. So this is why people don't like to direct-to-garment print. In my case, I had a couple of days where I was unable to print, but I still got up every day no matter how bad I felt, and I threw off some prints in white just so that I could get my white ink flowing around. And all I'm doing now is just kind of cleaning off this stuff right here. Let's see if I can come around so I can show you. So this stuff right here can really clog your printer up. And you can probably see just that tiny little piece right there. See if I can get a zoom in on that. You can see that little white piece right there will congeal in the print. It'll just really make your printer lock up that white ink, man, and then you're fighting to clean it out over the next few days. If you can. Some people clog their dampers up right here. They'll just not take care. And mind you, this is only 2 days, because last 2 days, been recovering and stuff. So 2 days, and look at all that mess. Wait till I pull off the rest of those. So we're going to hang out a little, print a couple of shirts, enjoy our time together while I have you. Want to remind you that we are almost ready to hit the streets, bringing everybody the message of truth again. And just for the sake of maintenance, this one here is not really needing a cleaning, but I do it anyways. As you can see right down here, we just want to get some cleaning solution. Hi, Fluffy. I did. Yeah, it's really weird, everybody. I'll tell you what was happening, is that, so I was in the hospital, in and out of the hospital over 10 days. I was actually in the hospital every day, 10 days minus, 4 days ago, because that's when my battle ended. So this kidney stone, man, it was the worst pain I've ever felt. And yeah, so I was in the hospital and they gave me IV drips, and look, man, I'm not going to joke, dude. It's a lot of pain. I can't even describe it. Your kidneys lock up, your muscles lock up. For women who have given birth, they will tell you passing any size of a kidney stone is a lot worse than giving birth. Well, yeah, so while I was in the hospital, they were giving me IV drips. Of course, that's all they can do, right? They kill your pain. So they were giving me IV drips, and my blood pressure would go up to like 217 over 195. And so they had to kill the pain. And in killing the pain, it made my blood pressure drop. But then I'd go home, right? And my blood pressure would go right up again because the pain was so immense. And blood pressure that high, can actually be fatal to people. So while I was there, they were giving me pain meds, through the IV drip, the only thing you can do. And I was getting Dilaudid and Valium to stop the, kidney from spasming, and the pain meds. Dilaudid is a opioid. And so 10 days of that, 2.5 to 4 milligrams every couple of hours of that drug. And over 10 days, my body literally got addicted to it. And once my body got addicted to it, I freaked out. And when I came home, I just quit all of my meds and I didn't taper off. Oh yeah, I didn't taper off. You're right, Fluffy joke. I didn't taper off. It's one of the most heaviest narcotics that are in the pain medicine arena. There are, morphine might be a little stronger than Dilaudid, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, Dilaudid is a derivative of morphine. So coming off of that, man, was like the hardest thing I ever did, because having that put directly into your system through IV, right into your bloodstream, creates an instant opioid addiction. And so, I broke it, came off of it. I quit cold turkey. And then over the next 2 days, I wish I would have tapered off, quite honestly. I think that if I would have just tapered off, it would have been a lot better. And so what I did is just quit everything altogether. And when I quit the drugs, they gave me the Dilaudid pills, to taper off. And I got so damn scared. And so I quit everything. And then my body went into shock and withdrawal symptoms. And now I have a great respect for people that are, hooked on certain types of narcotics, because I understand, especially if they're dealing with pain. There's very little that can be done to stop pain except get, pain pills or pain meds. I've never taken a hard drug in my life. The worst thing I may have ever done, is just smoke some weed. But man, so I was vomiting for 3 days straight. I was having the shakes for 3 days straight. Muscles were cramping all over my body for 3 days straight. I could literally taste, the morphine or the Dilaudid, like the metal, that you can kind of taste when you get an IV. I could taste it. And I knew at that point, right, I tasted it when I was at home. My body was craving it. And then I knew at that point what was going on. And so, man, I bunkered down in the bathtub. I literally did everything I could to break that. And all I'm going to do is just reach around here and make sure you guys can see me, because I can't see over there where you are. So, yeah, I broke it, got off of it. I will never, unless I absolutely have to, or I get another kidney stone. I don't think I should. I know you get kidney stones from eating animal fat and animal protein. That's a proven fact. As a vegan, I don't have to worry about that anymore. The problem with veganism is that when you go into a true raw diet, it flushes your system. And whatever toxins are in there, whatever wastes you have in there, in my case, whatever kidney stones I had in there from 20 years ago, my juice diet and my vegan diet began to flush my system. And I had no problems. And so I started doing, my wife and I, my younger wife, I have 2 wives. You guys know Kelly. Here I'm talking about Heather. She and I started doing 750 jumping jacks a day, man. And what was happening when I was doing these jumping jacks is I was dislodging a kidney stone on the left kidney. And that kidney began to make its way down from my kidney into my urethra Franklin. And of course, I guess I was on so many pain pills that I passed it. Well, the urologist in the Framingham Hospital took a CAT scan and then scheduled me for a surgery. And I kept saying, look, man, I really don't want a surgery. I think I can pass this. And he was like, dude, it's a 4 millimeter kidney stone. I usually don't take them out unless they're 7, but I can see you're in a lot of pain. I mean, dude, it's a lot of pain, right? Well, I passed the stone, and I really didn't know I did, but all I noticed is that I woke up and I was no longer in pain. It was the day of the surgery. I was blocked in by a foot of snow. The damn tractor out there blocked our car in. I couldn't get out. I call up to the hospital and say, hey man, I can't get out. I can't get out of my driveway. The doctor starts screaming at me. I rented the operating room for you. You come back to me. I'm not giving you any pain medicine or anything like that. And I said, you're not my urologist. You're the hospital's urologist. I have a urologist in Boston. But I understand where you're coming from. I'm not going through the surgery, man, because the complications of the ureteral stent, it's a long stent they put through your penis all the way up into your kidney, and then it's got these little horns that lock into your kidney, and one locks into your bladder, and then you're able to pull that out. Like a very high percentage of men have penile complications after the surgery. I have 2 wives, man. I almost went through an unnecessary surgery, so I go, take my CAT scan to the doctor, and then my doctor had me go through a X-ray and a ultrasound, right? The kidney stones were gone, man. They almost put me through a damn surgery, and I had passed the stone on my left side and passed the stone in my urethra Franklin. Didn't even know it, man. I mean, I'm very thankful for that, because let me just tell you, that sucks. Let me check any comments if you guys are talking to me. So, yeah, I mean, 1 wife might be enough for you, but it's not enough for me. So, look, I mean, in honesty, I want to have as many children as I possibly can. I'm talking like 10 children in the next 5 years. And in my mind, right, having 1 wife is great. Having 2 wives is awesome. Having 3 wives or more, you're a king upon this earth. And of course, as they say, right, I have to learn to crawl before I walk, and then I walk, and then I run. And right now, man, my wives and I are just every day living to survive. And thankfully, they love me so much that they give me a little stuff to do here for them. And as most of you know, I don't earn a single dollar from what I do. In printing, it's not my company, it's my wife's company. And I like it that way. So the best part about this is, right, is that I get to just print at home. I can't shut up. If I go outside, I'm going to start going off on people in a positive way. Hey, you don't live on a spinning ball. Hey, do you need some cannabis? Look, this is a shirt that I printed. You can check out my channel a long time ago. I've washed it, dried it multiple times. I mean, it still looks as good as the day that I printed it. And of course, you would not be able to throw a print off like this on screen printing because the amount of color, it's just too hard, man, just too hard. It would have to be digitally printed. You could do it, I think, in 8 colors. 1, 2, there's red, 3, purple, 4, a shade of blue, 5, a shade of green, 6, 7 is the white, and orange. So 8 colors. So if you don't have an 8-color screen press, you're not printing the Bank of Ganja shirt. I have an 8-color screen press at the store, and a 4-color screen press at the store as well. 2 direct-to-garment printers, a two vinyl printers I have right over here. Back here, this is our Graphtec vinyl cutter. We have another one at the storefront. So, and then of course I have right over here the handy dandy travel everywhere I go Cameo, Silhouette Cameo. So love it. I love what we do. Like I said, I wouldn't change it for anything on this stationary earth. By the way, I wonder if the people watching and or that will watch in the future should know that I had a little cameo, if you will. I had a little cameo in that documentary called Behind the Curve. You can see me within the first 30 seconds or so, right at the very beginning. Which very cool, man. I mean, that's awesome. I can't complain. And so that video has already created so much debate between people that, man, it's really moving people, you know. It's really getting people in the subject of the matter of talking. So what I'm going to do is just fill up my white cartridges here, and my heat press should be loaded up. And I'm glad I can go live now, because I'm going to start going live and printing quite often now that I've got my live back. And I'll be doing some screen printing. As you know, I have some cool things to show you that I got. I got this from, check it out. This is very, very, very cool. I just dropped some stuff right over here. So this I got from Rhinotech. We'll check it out. This is what I got. You can see Rhinotech right here. I got dry stencil film at 11 by 17, 8.5 by 11, and some laser transfer paper as well. I just wanted to try their stuff out, you know, so we can take a look at our screen printing stencils. Which are, you use your heat press to burn the stencil onto your screen, your polyester mesh screen, and that gives you the ability to not have to worry about burning screens. So if you guys have a heat press, you are able to print and burn screens flawlessly with the Rhino dry stencil film. I've already used it. I've already tried it. Flawless prints for screen printing. It's a little expensive, right? You can walk through, Kelly. Hey, come over here. Kelly's here. It's our anniversary today. So I'm going to take her to eat some Vietnamese vegan pho. Check this out. Screen printing.
Oh, wait, let me put this stuff down.
So this is using plastisol. And
the jacket. Yes,
you can check this out. This is with the Rhino dry stencil film. Just stand right over here. That's the Rhino dry stencil film, and you can already.
It's not too bad. Sorry.
No, it's not bad at all, man. It's perfect. You know, I mean, the material is good. This is from the Rhino dry stencil film.
It hasn't cracked or
no, it's not. It's not going to crack because it's really good plastisol, and I did several layers upon it. So the dry stencil film, everybody, Kelly, can you put that back there and just aim it on me? Okay. So the dry stencil film. This is the dry stencil film that you get from, or that I got from Rhinotech, and this dry stencil film, you just print this film right out of your Oki laser printer right there, or any laser printer. You can use that one over there, or the one way in the corner right there, and then that can burn your stencil right onto your screen, just like this. So it just burns on right like that. And the reason I went this route is because my wives own Boston 1 Hour Hoodie and Tees, or Boston Digital Printing. And when we're in our business here in Boston, somebody comes in and they want one shirt and they specifically want it screen printed. I don't have to tell them, okay, come back in 2 hours. You know, I just take their logo. I go print a negative off of my Oki, burn it to my screen, put it on my screen press and press it, or screen press and print it. That's if they want screen printed. 99% of the times, my customers want direct-to-garment printed hoodies, direct-to-garment printed shirts, direct-to-garment printed long-sleeve shirts, direct-to-garment printed blue jean jackets, direct-to-garment printed jeans, and that's kind of what they want in that market. So that's where I help them. So what I'm going to do in my next video is go to the store, print the stencil here, record it, you know, and then do a live print there, and then, you know, show you how good that works. But just showed you a moment ago how good that shirt came out. And yes, I could have direct-to-garment printed that in 2 passes, and it would have been very cool. But nonetheless, we did not. So right now, we did not record, you know, we did not record when I printed that. I should have. I just didn't really think of, you know, doing that. And nonetheless, so I'm going to talk about something that we all need to do in the direct-to-garment printing industry. Even if you're not printing every day, you need to throw off some prints to move that white ink around your lines. And I'll show you how we do this here, or how I do it. It really works for me anyways. I'm just going to fill up my white ink, show you guys how we do this. So let me go back and look and see if there's any questions. Hopefully, wish I could smoke like, hey Fluffy, where do you live, by the way? And Rob L, I'll stick to one, but fair play to you. Yeah, hey man, if that's how you got to do it, then you know, that's what you got to do, brother. That's, you know, nobody can knock you for that, that's sure. What I'm trying to do, there we go. I got all my live comments up now. It seems like that's always going to be an issue with the number of wives for some people, but man, that's just what I need to make, you know, to do what I have to do in life, and to have the amount of children that I want to have. So what I'm doing right here is I'm filling up my white ink in my syringe, because all of my white inks need to be refilled. I think that's about enough right there. So let's go ahead and get these filled. Best way, you want to drop it into where you can see the amount of ink. And oh, I got you. Hold on, I did not see what I just did. Probably because I'm not wearing my bifocals. What I did is I sucked up a bunch of air, trying to show you guys what I was doing. My syringe is pretty hard to deal with. I may have sucked up a little air there, but certainly not too much. Once you have it in, of course, you just want to drop your ink in now. Hopefully without any air. And what I like to do is, I certainly don't want to fill it all the way up. I just kind of stop at that point every time. Now, why did I go this route? And I have a... Okay, I've got some air in there. I have the CYSS system to add bags in, but I like to travel with my printers. And one of the last things that I want to have to worry about, quite honestly, are my bags. So yeah, I have to fill up on multiple times, but if I'm somewhere at a convention or something and I'm printing, then what I do is I just take multiple cartridges. And with my multiple cartridges, I'm able to take care of business by, rather than having to fill them up all the time, I have them ready to go. And that's kind of how I like to do it. Makes sense to me. Let's see, it looks like I've got some air in that one too, so let me clear out my line here, my syringe. All right, this one's ready to go, and then I'll show you. We'll warm up a shirt and get one printed. All right, so I think I can go ahead and drop this one in, and that should be pretty much one more to go. And I think I've calculated it correctly to where that'll flush all the rest of the ink in. Perfect. Kind of love when things work out right, you know. Alright, so now I'm just going to go flush my line, or flush my syringe out. Always shake your white ink vigorously. It's DuPont ink that I use. You want to shake that white ink vigorously, because if you don't, it's going to look like this. You see, I don't know if you guys can see this, but yeah, you certainly can. You can see spaces through it right here where the white ink has already begun to settle in the bottle. So if we just shake this thing up, it's going to loosen all that white ink up. All right, let's get our printer plugged in. Close our drawer because we're all done here. I've already done all the maintenance on the inside of the printer. Liberty Graphics Design! What's up, Juan? Man, I've been out for a while. I love your channel, Juan. When I was, over the past 10 days, I was passing a kidney stone. I watched every video you put up, and when you went live, even though I was not awake, I had it playing in the background, you know, so I could hear you talking to me. So check it out, Juan. Hey, I want to show you something. Kelly. Juan, yep. You've really got to get these. Come out here in a moment. Come over here, turn the fan off. So I want to show Juan this. Juan owns Liberty Graphics. Yeah, you know, remember, check this out. So Juan, this is a 2-color print that I did in Plastisol, and I used the Rhino dry stencil film. So,
good?
Oh yeah, you're good now. The Rhino dry stencil film, Juan, if you've never tried the Rhino dry stencil film, brother, it's cool, man. It'll make you look like a pro for sure. Because I was able to just, you know, print that off and away I went. You don't have to go through any emulsion issues. If you have a laser printer, man, you can just burn the image right from your laser printer onto the dry stencil film, the Rhinotech dry stencil film, and then you heat press the film onto your polyester screen mesh, and then you're able to, within 45 seconds, print a flawless screen that'll work for 700 to 800 shirts. And at Boston 1 Hour Hoodie and Tees, we have to have that speed capability. So the only negative effect that I see right now with this product is it's an 11 by 17, because most laser printers aren't 13 by 19 printers. My sublimation printer does 13 to 19. So you are limited to an 11 by 17 screen, which if you're looking this way or you're looking that way, it's enough to fill your shirt up for sure if you're extra large. When you get into 2X and 3X, which a lot of my customers are 3, 4, 5, and 6X, then I have to do something a little bit more different, which I have to burn a screen the traditional way on a very large 20-inch screen. You probably know. So one, I think, man, that would really, really excite your customers and excite the people that watch your channel. But I just wanted to tell you, man, I really love your channel. I've learned so much. I've learned so much from your channel, man. I really like it. So nonetheless, now that I've passed this Rock of Gibraltar, you know, through my Aretha Franklin, you know, I can get back to printing and just living life. So I just maintenance the printer. I just cleaned up the printer. And of course, this printer right here prints 13 inches wide, which handles most of my customers. I don't have too many customers that go over 13 inches. I just did a shirt for my friend Daryl, who, or 2 shirts for my friend Daryl, who's a 5 or 6 XL, I think. And so I had to use vinyl. I'm like, shoot, man, 13 inches is not enough because the guy's chest was larger than 13 inches. So then I had to print it in vinyl. But I was thinking, and the problem, I could have printed it sideways on my direct-to-garment printer so that I could have got 16.5 inches by 13 inches, but the graphic was a circle and it didn't quite work out, so then I had to use my vinyl printer. So, man, I just wanted to test my live out. I lost my live about a month ago. Somehow I uploaded a print video and it said it was against YouTube's community guidelines. And I thought, man, there's not really anything in that was wrong. And so I was supposed to have a 90-day ban from uploading live videos, and I appealed it. And, you know, they just told me today I can go live. So I'm like, wow, man, very cool. I want to go live. I want a t-shirt print live. I think it's a lot of fun. So I'm always, you know, even when I was down with this kidney issue, I had to get up, come print 1 time, 2 times for white, and then go back to bed. And I really, you know, you don't feel like doing that when you're passing a kidney stone. So that's the problem with direct-to-garment printing. You shouldn't be direct-to-garment printing unless you're doing 50 to 60 shirts a week minimum, because the maintenance is just, it costs too much money. It costs too much to keep flushing the printer. But I mean, it's not going to hurt the problem. That's what you got it for. The more you print on these printers, the more fine-tuned they get. You know, when we were up at very high counts prior to me going down, I was throwing off flawless prints every day, all day long, no problem. So right now the printer is just charging all the ink through. What it's doing is it's taking waste ink and it's moving it from the capping station So it's moving it from the capping station and it's dropping it off in the reserve back here. So the reserve's back there, you see it over there. Very cool process, you know, very, very, very cool process. So a lot of maintenance, a lot of cleaning has to be done to keep your printers operating correctly. Ink begins to move around, and if you're not paying attention, well, that ink will get on the side of your shirt. And I gotta tell you, man, that really sucks if that happens, because it's just one of the drawbacks. It's just like, sorry. Yeah, I'll check out your live show a little later. So, Brother Juan, thanks for stopping by, man. What an honor. That was just a review on that dry screen, or the Rhinotech dry stencil. So that now this is ready to print. What we're going to do really quick is just throw off a test print on one of my shirts here that I already have loaded. And that will at least get the white ink flowing through the printer again. But you always want to make sure your white ink is constantly flowing through that printer. And then we'll... How's praise, baby? You at least moving around some better? Finding it's not hurting as much and stuff, or what?
Pain would be better, but moving around has not been increased since he's learned about the busket.
Oh, good. That busket will save him some trouble.
Felt like I'm back in my olden days.
Why?
Happy. Take my baby down here. Dun, dun, dun. One small brief moment, peas and carrots.
Hold on, everybody. I'll be right back. Just cleaning out my syringe. My syringe is clean.
See you later.
I'll see you later.
That's so funny.
Beautiful. Got that done. Let's go ahead and throw off a print really quick. I have a print that I normally use all the time just for my demo prints. And then, you know, we'll print some stuff that's kind of fun. I don't want to take too long, see if anybody's still hanging out with us. I use a couple of different programs when I print. I use DTG Rip Pro 6, and I also use, I forget the name of it. I had a total brain shutdown. Can't recall what it was that, I'll pull it up here. It starts with an I, I forget, I don't know. Not very good at remembering some of these things.
Baby.
Say, baby.
Hi, baby.
Alright, so I'll throw off another Framingham print. And that one's already on the left side, so I want to move this over to the right. And I don't want to make too big of a print on that. Say, baby.
Hi.
Just throw it right over to the right. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I want to do this on a transparent background.
Did you see that video I sent to you?
No, I've not been looking, sorry. I'll definitely check it out here in a moment. Hopefully a program doesn't crash on me. I don't think it will, but you know, sometimes it does. All right, so now we're going to throw off a print really quick, and this is just a little test print to get myself back moving again in the print world. So DTG Rip Pro 6, very cool program, everybody. Very cool program. Very affordable. Only cost you about $275 to buy it, rather than some of the more expensive programs out there. The options that it'll let you do are pretty darn incredible. It'll actually let you print without black, which is very cool, because a lot of times, you know, there's people will bring me their images to print, and it'll have black in the image or black background, and man, that's always a nightmare. But this program lets you turn off the black when you're printing, so that you're just using the black of the shirt, and that saves a lot of time, because otherwise you're printing black on black, and you know that when you print a black color on top of the white ink, it's going to look a little different than the shirt. I sublimated this cup. I love to sublimate things. Now this is just a low quality image because what I want to do is get the I want to get the white ink moving around. And so when you're on a direct-to-garment printer and you are laying your white ink down, you need to use transparent paper so that you can do a print head nozzle check. That print head nozzle check will save your life every time. May require you sometimes to do a print head cleaning. Not a problem. A direct-to-garment printer, in my opinion, a direct-to-garment printer, in my opinion, man, can really do some print movement. Usually, you're going to be faster direct-to-garment printing than you are screen printing, unless it's something like, you know, well, if you're doing multiple colors, you're already going to be faster because you don't really need to run it through the... So I already got a perfect nozzle check. Let you see this right here. It's a perfect nozzle check. Don't know if you can see it. I'll try to lift the light up. And yeah, you can see it in the corner right there. There's 1 or 2 dots that are off. 1, 2, 3, 4. One head cleaning will take care of that. Nothing wrong with doing a head cleaning. And sometimes we just have to do a head cleaning because, you know, I haven't used a printer in several days. So, you know, that's the cool thing is that in between the time that I'm getting my printer set up, you're still burning a screen printing, and, you know, that's going to be a time where I get ahead of you, or ahead of the screen printer. There's a lot of screen printers here in Boston. A lot of them. So, you know, I just wanted to test my live video out again, check it out, and then, you know, I'll do a print head nozzle check. You guys already saw a cool video on maintenance, partial maintenance of the printer. Again, this printer is 13 inches wide by 16.5 inches long. I print things like koozies, onesies. I print on mouse pads. I print on ball caps. I mean, there's just everything that I've rigged this printer up to print with. So I thoroughly enjoy the direct-to-garment printing, or any of the other types of printing that I do. The thirst for truth. T-shirt chick, I love you. I cannot believe you stopped by. Wow. So that's the thirst for truth. He says he loves the shirt that I sent Brian Stavely. Well, order one. You know, they're very affordable. They're very cool because they'll last forever. They'll last for years. The print, because it's sublimated, will literally outlast the garment. Sublimation is an awesome way to print. The only problem is that you can only sublimate on a white shirt. Hey, come hang out. So you can only print on a white shirt, and or a very light colored yellow shirt, and then if you print on a yellow shirt, your graphic can't have yellow in the graphic. You could print on a, you know, a heather gray shirt and it may come out okay, but you need to be using really bright colors. And then of course you'll have, just watch over there, babe, and follow the chats if there's any. T-shirt chick stopped by. Man, I can't believe T-shirt chick stopped by my channel. Wow. Very cool. I love T-shirt chick. I watched T-shirt chick a lot when I was down passing a kidney stone. Man, that was rough. Juan and T-shirt chick. I watched them a lot. So all I was doing is just getting this up. Here we go. Now because we have a modified printer, Epson is telling us, hey guys, the ink is not real Epson ink. We've modified the ink and it's screaming at us, so we just have to get these cartridges recognized, and then I'll throw off a print. One time I had to do this 30 times in a row. Kept doing it. Wouldn't register, wouldn't register, wouldn't register. And then finally it registered.
Somebody from the Thirst for Truth said, I tried to email you.
epierce@gmail.com.
Make sure they're spelling the Pierce right.
Yeah, EPERCE@gmail.com.
They said they love the shirt you sent Brian.
Yeah, I sent Brian Stavely this shirt right over here. Let me bring it over.
Liberty Graphic says, keep up the good work.
So this is, a lot of you guys, after I show you this shirt, you know, you're going to be like, oh, Ernest, man, I don't know. So this is the shirt that I printed him. Breaking news, no planes on 9/11. The war on terror is a hoax. And this is sublimated. And the cool thing about sublimation is that, man, you can pull it apart and it's never going to destroy, crack, peel, fade. And on that I can print 13 by 19 print out on image sizes. Or I can do full garment sublimation. So those are the options. So yeah, man, definitely order this shirt. If you're a truther, you need to be wearing this shirt. And I think I may have, you know, done a little bit of extra things to Brian. Brian lives up in Lowell. I do want to go hang out with him. I've never met him. But hey, it's almost time for Friday nights at Harvard again. And also, man, I hate when this happens. Just got to keep doing it.
So they said, yes, awesome. That's the Thirst for Truth.
Yeah, so I'll subscribe to your channel. I haven't.
So wait a minute. They say your email is the one on your website.
Yeah, just EPERCE@gmail.com. And if you can't send it there, then send it to NASALiesTV@gmail.com.
Back it up.
Come on, let me print already. Checking the ink cartridges. It's the print life, man. That's what you got to do. It's always about.
Thank you, they say.
Always these little issues. But right now, remember, if I was burning this screen, it would take a minimum of an hour. I have to keep myself very hydrated because if there is another rock of Gibraltar in me, I want to blast it out. Somebody told me while I was in the hospital, they said, hey man, if you got a dog, you don't want to pee around your dog, you'll shoot it. You'll shoot the kidney stone out of your wiener and shoot your dog. And I roared in laughter, man. That's one of the funniest things I'd heard of. One time I had to do this, like I said, it's about 41 times.
You can't just turn it off and turn it back on?
Well, no, because right now the printer's recognizing, here, it finally worked. Oh, I guess not. So the LLC and the WVM.
Back it on up.
Back it on up. Modified printers. When you modify your printer, Epson's going to keep telling me, hey, LK and VM. Let's see if that'll do it. Sometimes just repositioning them and locking them down solves the problem. Sometimes it doesn't, and then you're able to print. Come on, Epson, anytime you're ready. I didn't want to start out in business and spend $15,000 on one direct-to-garment printer, because if I would have done that, then that would have limited me to just one printer. But the way that I did it, we spent $7,000 on our Oki, $1,700 on our Sawgrass. As you know, this one back here, we spent what, $1,700. The heat press and the caddy, the other caddy. So if I would have gone with just one monstrous DTG system, I would not been able to screen print because I bought a large 8 press and a 4 press. So I wouldn't have been able to buy all that. I wouldn't have been able to have a one-stop shop. And so, absolutely happy the way we did it. So I think my wife is at 1,700, 200, so let's call that 2,000. It cost me a few $1,000s to print that, or to convert this printer. I don't even know how much it really cost, because shit, I kept buying stuff as I went along. 1,700 there, so that's 36, 37, 38, another 7,000. That's over $10,800 right there. Add the heat press and the caddy, that's $11,000 right there. The other printer back there, $500 laser printer. So you combine everything that I have, and I'm well above $20,000. So going in the way I did, right, if I would have bought just one big printer and a pre-treater, man, I would have been out of business. So, let's see who else is over there. Hang out with us, Kelly. What you running away for?
I'm not. I lost my phone.
Should be on your table or your bed.
No, it is not. It is not. It is not.
Let's see if we can get a proceed, hopefully.
Oh, there it is on your table. Oh, wait a minute now. So T-shirt chick is on, watching you.
Hi, T-shirt chick. Hey, check it out. Zoom in over here. Right, because I modified a printer. I modified an Epson printer. Is she still on with us?
She's the last comment on there.
Because I modified an Epson printer, I have to fight with Epson at different times to get it to recognize the DTG inks. And so the last time that it went through this, I had to do it 48 times. Like, son of a gun. But there is something else I can do to stop it. If it keeps doing it, I'll just turn the printer off and then start it again. So other than that, how long we've been on? 54. So I'll limit this video to 1 hour. Even if I don't get this finished right now, it'll be up, and I'll turn it off and start over again, and then everything will be fine. Well, so I'm just going to reboot the printer really quick and then head off. There, will turn off now that the print head docked. And then we'll turn it on and it'll just fire up for us. Hey, those bananas there, baby, can you get those bananas and the rest of them, if we're not going to eat them, cut them up and then freeze them? Those are really, really sweet bananas. Printer's making a lot of commotion, huh? Let's go and turn it on again, and I think that'll solve our problem. It may or may not. 55 minutes, man. I got my printer all clean, got the head clean, got the lines clean, got some white ink moved around, tested out my live a few different times. The joy of printing. Kelly, push that button right there that says proceed, and it may make you open the drawer. Just pop it open.
Open it.
Yeah, just open it, close it. Then use the handle right there, baby. Look, hold on.
Okay. I thought you pushed down.
No.
Checking cartridges is what it says.
It's going to check and then tell us if it'll accept it or not. Tis the print light.
Proceed. Again.
Proceed again.
Checking ink.
It'll do it. It'll keep
Cartridges.
doing that until it's ready to say, all right, guys. All right, once I get to 1 hour, I'm going to stop the video. So we got about 3 more minutes. T-shirt chick says she's back. Yeah, T-shirt chick, have you met my wife, Kelly? You know, last time we were talking, T-shirt chick, I thought you lived in Mississippi. And I didn't realize you live in Louisiana. And so my wife is from Greenville, Mississippi. This is wife number 1. Wife number 2 is at work right now. This is screen printed right here, T-shirt chick, using Rhinotech dry stencil. And you can see, I mean, that's a great screen print. The only time that I've been to Louisiana, my dad took me to a football game to Tulane. And we went and watched a...
We've been through Louisiana.
Yeah, but right, through, not... I don't think you and I have ever stayed in Louisiana.
No.
Why did you and I go through Louisiana?
To go from Mississippi. To go to Mississippi. From Texas?
Oh, yeah, right. We drove to Mississippi. Man, that was a long freaking time.
13 hours.
What you driving or drawing here?
I'm doing the backdrop for the talent show, the 5th grade talent show. So I'm getting my pieces together right now. Are you going to let us take that piece?
What piece?
That cardboard piece?
Yeah, that's not my cardboard piece.
I'm getting.
I don't even know what that was for, quite honestly.
I'm getting my pieces together.
You're gonna need bigger pieces than that
I
to make a
know,
screen
but
or
you'll
to
be
make
surprised.
backdrops.
Well, I called 2 today, hardware stores, and they ship things in foam now. They don't ship them in boxes.
Right. Wow. So your only other option is to go to a store that sells refrigerators. Oh, but if they're shipped in foam,
Oh.
yeah. Wow, man, you can't get large pieces of cardboard.
So what they do is they corner the refrigerators in the foam, and then they wrap the foam in that.
I know, yeah, that plastic
Yeah.
wrap.
So I'm not giving up just yet, but it's getting.
Yeah, where do you get your
There I go to U-Haul. That's ridiculous. They're overpriced, and they're not big enough. I need them large.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's only dependent if the school is going to pay for.
Well, first we go to.
Oh, she went to school in Mississippi, Ole Miss. Hey,
Oh.
didn't you go to Ole Miss too? We're gonna turn around so we can see it right here. Didn't she went to Ole Miss, so she went
Wait a
to
minute now. She went to college?
yeah. I bet your mom went to college.
Oh, stop.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
I lost the live chat.
There it is right there. Wait.
She said-
Ole Miss it's a college.
Of course it's I turn this around and all of a sudden it's all choppy on our end.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So get back over there. All right, we're at an hour. I'm going to kill the video because I just want to keep fighting with this. It's going to be one of the times I got to go in this 40 or 50 times to get this started. Just the way it works. It's what you call the print hassles. The hassle of a DTG printer.
Okay.
Just got to keep doing it. All right, guys. So long. Come back and hang out with us again. Remember, this is the shirt that I printed on my one or two or last videos on YouTube. It's been washed a lot already. It's going to last for a long time. Don't ever have to worry about it cracking, peeling, or fading if it's taken care of properly. So on that note, everybody, so long. I'm going to keep fighting with this issue until I have to blow a gasket or something. But it's just the print hustle, print life, the print madness, the print torment, all of these issues. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out on my first live video since I was banned by YouTube for doing live videos. I'll be doing a lot more. I've got some large runs we're going to do. You're going to have a lot of fun with us. All right, so long, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us.
That we need to eat some.
Well, hold on. I got to figure out on my phone how to stop the video now.